Once on a part of Spongebob Squarepants the movie. This time we'll be going through Nobody Parking Anytime, and this time we're going to be doing another one of those racing with the paddy wagons. Except this one we have to go and find 5 items, well 5 keys, in order for us to unlock a door. And this is the first of the 3 lap tracks. These ones are kind of annoying because in order to actually complete these, the game expects you to go through at least 3 full laps of the track. Now, of course I'm going to be going through and showing you everything about this, so that for the most part you can actually like get the shit you need. Because there are some secret areas. They're mainly obvious. There's one of the keys, and hey, there's that ride going off. We can use that to get upwards, get this key. And we're going to be just taking this path this way. Grab some more stuff. I missed that. I also got an upgrade point, which I'm going to be needing. And hey, another nitro. I am really packing on those nitros. Hey, look, another chest. Oh, I boosted over it. Yeah. Some of the positioning of these things are kinda shit when it comes to your boosts.
So much destruction.
So, yeah. I'm just going to go back now and, you know, grab that. You know, not boost this time, just grab the chest. By the way, that path up there, we can't access yet until we get the first 3 keys, as that key and the last key will not show up until you get the first 3. And by the way, you want to deal with the keys in this entire run-through. Also, you can destroy the motorbikes as well. But yeah, you can only get the key stuff happening in this entire first go. When it comes to any other future goes, any other future runs of this, you don't have to do the keys at all, really. There's no keys at that point. So, this is a unique challenge that only really exists once. And as you can see, I just barely got the extra. Also, there's dinosaurs around here, and that shit will hurt us. Luckily, there are also a lot of paddy patties, so getting health back is going to be a joke. For the most part, getting your health back when it comes to these is really easy. The sliding ones might not be, but the racing ones, these ones, they are. In fact, I don't think I ever die when it comes to any of the paddy wagon or the sliding stuff. Like, I never lose all my health, really. I fail a few times, but I never actually lose all my health in these, despite only having 3 health points in total. Also, walls are crates for you to grab a whole lot more manly points out of. And now, where's the last key, you'll be wondering? Well, the last key is around this corner here. And there it is.
There's a key.
And you can't go back, by the way. So if you did go that way and to get that key, unfortunately, you missed out on getting the treasure chest. Also, there's that path up there. Now, what is interesting about going through and doing this, other than finding out about the lower path and finding out it's a bit faster than going the top path, but other than that, is the fact that as you get all the keys and you go back over here, a fence is there now, and it's supposed to direct you over to that gate over there, but you can just ignore and break through the gates. Like, you can break through the fences, honestly. You can keep going if you want. there's nothing stopping you from just staying here and looping about a bunch. And considering we did miss some stuff, we are gonna be looping. I'm also just gonna go ahead and grab some more manly points, because I can. If you can line yourself up really well, you can just like knock out a whole lineup of boxes at one point in this area. But yeah. You can notice that there is some shit over there. How do you get there though? How do you access that area? Is it over here, anywhere around these corners? Well, as you've been driving through this area, you might have noticed that there was just this out of place, weird black wall that was at the very entrance. It looked like a bunch of trash, honestly, like that. You can break that. It's just wood. And from inside of here, you'll find another trail of manly points, as well as some more spikes. And with that, we have a crate. That's about it. Just some more manly points and crates. And over across here, there's no point going here either. It's actually a very long path, in fact. But go this way, you can find another trail of manly points for you to collect. You can go ahead and use the nitros in here as well. And, yeah. There you go. Take some damage, but that's fine. I got me some manly points, got me some stuff. And with that, that is really it when it comes to... Also, I can get sort of stuck around here because the turning on this thing is abysmal.
I think we should turn around.
It is legitimately just shit. But, yeah. Once we got what we need, once we're done with our time here, just go to the gate and it ends. And you will get yourself a Goofy token. And after this, we are going to be experiencing the reason why I didn't do this last part. And it's a very good reason why I left it to this part to do this level.
Well done, SpongeBob and Patrick. Here is your reward.
Hooray! We got ourselves another token! And with that token, we are now entering our first boss fight. And these boss fights are legitimate jokes. And also, every time, the audio gets fucky.
Patrick, we've got to start acting like men.
SpongeBob.
I'll be right back.
SpongeBob, wait! Make mine chocolate.
I'll have 2 chocolate banana splits with sprinkled fairy stars and goober beans. With extra sauce, please. You can let go now. I said let go, please. What kind of old lady are you?
I'll save you, SpongeBob!
So yes, the old lady fish thing from the movie. That one little bit in the movie. Except instead of just running away from it like in the movie, yeah, SpongeBob's a bit stuck here, and Patrick is to save him. Patrick is going to be taking care of at least 2 of the 3 bosses. SpongeBob kind of doesn't take care of the bosses at all, for the most part. And with this boss, well, actually, he takes care of, like, 2... Actually, it's 4 bosses. I forgot about the last boss for a second. No, I forgot about... You know, I'm not going to spoil why I'm thinking that way. I'm going to just, you know, shut up about it right now. Because right now, we got to deal with the fact that this boss is going to bring out the old lady from the ground, try and hit us and shit, and will also spit at us, which of course we avoid the spit and the shit that it spills. However, it then starts doing the charge thing, which is super easy to deal with. Now, eventually at this point, this final phase, the boss decides to then do the whole spinning thing, which means I can't attack it normally. However, we have the sand ability, slam into it 2 times because it takes out half its health, and that's it. That's the boss fight. It's a really easy boss fight. In fact, we're not going to get a somewhat difficult boss fight until the last boss, so yeah, these guys are jokes.
Patrick, step on it!
Come on, kiddies, have some ice cream.
Jump for it, Patrick!
And so, the hideous creature was vanquished by an even more hideous creature coming from the deep ocean trench.
Well, we lost our car again.
Never mind the car. Where's the road?
There's the road, on the other side of the deep, dark, dangerous, monster-infested trench.
After gulping, SpongeBob and Patrick decided to throw in the towel. Luckily, Mindy arrived and showed them what was really going on back in Bikini Bottom. Plankton had transformed Bikini Bottom into Planktopolis. The sight of their city convinced our heroes to continue on to Shell City. So, in order to become men, they cried like little babies. But someone was hot on their tail. With no time to lose, Princess Mindy thought of a better idea, and our heroes quickly became men and marched toward the treacherous trench.
Unfortunately, the sliding levels are not jokes because we are now going to be entering the worst sliding level in the fucking game. Rock slide. Oh boy.
To get to Shell City, you're going to need to cross the bottom of the trench. You can get to the bottom using this slide. The only way across the trench is along the bottom, but you have to get there first by traveling down the slide, past those sea monsters.
The trench is pretty deep.
And very dark.
Oh, no sweat, Mindy. We're men now. Those sea monsters wouldn't scare a guppy.
That's the spirit. Now get down there as quickly as possible.
Alright, a few things to say about this one. First off, this is the longest sliding level in the game. It takes about 4 minutes to get through, if you're doing it normally at least. Now, something I want to bring up is that, in case you're wondering, there are developer times. There are times the developers have put into every sliding and racing level where the times are legit bullshit, and they utilize quite some really douchey tricks. Like, there's some obvious things you can do, and then there's some stuff that is not obvious in the slightest, and in some cases might as well be intentional glitches in a way. One of them, from what I've seen of speedruns, I'm not joking here, legitimately has the level just sort of unload for a second, and it has all the animations just no longer exist for the level, so a lot of the platforms just stay, you know, the way they would be before you even, like, reach them and shit. Like, you get to them and they're not spinning anymore. They're just stationary instead of spinning, when they should be going stationary as soon as you get close. So, yeah, there's some buggy shit, and speedrunners, as far as I can tell, have only been able to... Oh, by the way, you can easily jump over shit by accident. Luckily, checkpoints exist. Unfortunately, your speed is really bad when it comes to the sliding levels. In the driving levels, they're not that bad. In sliding levels, the speed's abysmal. So yeah, don't fucking fall. Do not fail. But, yeah, from what I found on speedruns, they usually only are about, like, some seconds faster than the dev time. I think of this one, with the world record for this, it's like 20 seconds faster than dev time, I think. 10 or 20 seconds. Like, the dev times are legitimately bullshit. And they're not fun. They're not fun at all. Unfortunately, when it comes to this level, the manly time. Oh man, I'm not even going to bring it up yet. You know what? I'm going to leave what I'm talking about for, like, later. Because, oh man, the times. Ah, the fucking times. Because we're going to be dealing with the times soon. Because there is something that is kind of obnoxious about this game. And it's the fact that developers really do want to keep what Battlefield Bikini Bottom was doing. In that you can't progress through the game without getting the abilities. And in order to, you know, get levels and those abilities and shit, you need to be able to get a certain number of the main item. Because then, you would get into the boss, you would beat the boss, and you get into the next area of levels, as well as your new ability. But it required you to get a certain number of the golden spatulas. They wanted to keep that with this game when it came to the ability unlocks, by making you get a certain number of tokens in order to unlock this shit. The problem is that when it came to BFBB, there were a lot of golden spatulas, and it was really not that hard for you to be able to go forward and get what you needed. That is in no way the case with the movie game. Oh god, the fucking movie game's progression is an asshole. Because you see, we have been just going forward. We have avoided heading back, really. We have been just going through, experiencing the game, and just enjoying levels we go through and shit. Unfortunately, as soon as we get to this finish line, as soon as we're done with this level here, that is no longer going to be the case, and the game is going to give us quite a fucking roadblock we gotta deal with. So, here's your reward.
Holy cow! You actually did it?
Of course we did. We're men.
Yeah, right. Here's your reward.
And hey, another token. Unfortunately, and also did the voicing not work out at all. Not only are we now that we're men, we're not going to be doing that with men. And not because this part is over. As you can tell, we're only halfway through. Oh no. It's because we legitimately can't progress in this one.
This place is full of horrible, hideous, and disgusting monsters. You've got to cross the trench to get to Shell City. I'm sorry, SpongeBob. You don't have enough Goofy Goober tokens for me to give you the Sponge Bowl. You'll need the Sponge Bowl to defeat the monsters here.
Sponge Bowl? Will a cereal bowl do?
Sorry, SpongeBob, but you need more Goofy Goober tokens.
So, yeah. The game is gonna be forcing us to backtrack, and in case you're wondering, we're going to rub-a-dub-dub, slip slide in the tub. Because I'm not going to do the racing ones yet. I'm instead going to 100% this level, because we haven't got all the chests yet, and we gotta know about these fucking challenges.
You guys took a while going down the slide the last time.
I like to stop and smell the anemones.
And old tires.
Well, try sliding quickly instead. If you make it under the allotted time, you'll earn a reward.
So yeah, that whole time thing I mentioned,
Bother to tell us if the train
yeah, there are time challenges. This is the first one, and it's the easiest one. There is a harder time challenge. It's called the manly time, as I just, mentioned beforehand. But there is one other mode that we will begin every time with not only the slime levels, but also the, burger levels. But, we're not dealing with that right now until we're done with this. And by the way, remember how we couldn't get that one chest in the regular run-through of this level? Well, now, that entire platform is downwards because all those sugars are gone. So now we can go up this way and finally get this chest. Now, I can get the chest. And I'm gonna get all the extras in this run. Even though that means that I'm not going to beat the time. In fact, I'm going to end up failing this run because I'm going to end up too slow. And the reason I'm going to end up too slow is because even though this is the easiest time, they're not kind still about this shit. They're not gonna be cute about this, okay? They're gonna be assholes. Because they're gonna be expecting you to at least know what the fuck you're doing. And they're gonna be expecting that you don't die and fail at least. The maximum amount I can say about how many times you can fail, 1, maybe 2 times, you're lucky. But you cannot fail at all. And here's the thing. If you fail, if you do die by falling into the pit or losing all of your health, it doesn't restart you. It actually puts you in a checkpoint, and the timer keeps going regardless. Like, as you're loading in, the timer as it was as soon as the game just started restarting you is still going from where it was. And, yeah, at that point you would have wasted too much time. And by the way, if you're wondering about what happens if you go this way instead of just jumping across to the left, now you know. It's a massive time waste. Now, in this level, it's not that bad, because everything about this level is fairly straightforward. Rock sliding isn't. Rock slide, it's a mess on the shortcuts, and there's a third sliding level that is just a mess. Seriously, the sliding levels just suck. They just suck. Also, these platforms here, we're gonna be needing them. They suck to be on too. You can see what I mean about the timer, huh? So yeah, depending on how you fail, you can fail once or twice if you can get there and get lucky. If you fail a third time, you might as well restart. I'm gonna jump cut for this shit instead of making you watch me restart like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just go these melee points. You can see there's a chest up there, by the way. How do we get that? Well, if we go this way but jump downwards to this spot here, where there's a trail, we'll not only find a tunnel in here, which will lead to us getting quite a few, things, as well as another boulder path on our way. A bigger one, in fact. We get a chest. However, we're not done yet. After getting that and some more manly points, as we go around here, we'll be ending up going over to some more platforms. In fact, we'll be nearing the end, in fact. However, we can't go to the exit because I have to get the fucking chest. So go this way, go across all these platforms to your left and grab the chest over here. And there you go. And in case you're wondering, if you went ahead and got all of these chests, more than likely you're not beating the time on this run. So, yeah, you're gonna fail. And you're gonna have to restart the thing again.
You have a limited amount of time to get down the slide. If you finish in less than the set time, I'll reward you.
So here is the successful run. Now we got all the chests out of the way. Now that we got, you know, all the exploration out of the way for the most part. Now it's time for us to just really get on our ass about this. Because these challenges, these 3 challenges we're going to be doing for this level are going to be in every slime level and every paddy wagon level. They just utilize the time challenge over and over again. They utilize the manly time challenge over and over again. And this 3rd type of challenge, which is going to be our 2nd challenge, they're going to be using that every time as well. So for the most part, we'll be getting the exact same challenges over and over again. The only new one is going to be the very first one you do. And even that isn't very new, because all the racing ones are is if you have these straightforward kind of sprint ones, it's just getting to the finish line. If you have the lap ones, by the way, I think you can actually make it over there and skip quite a bit of the fucking level that way. I'm not that good at this game. I am not that good enough to sequence break and skip shit and just kind of break the game in a way. I'm not that good at this. You can watch some speedrunners if you want to see, like, the fastest path for this. I'm mainly experimenting and shit. But, yeah. I can still make it through if this one fail, don't worry. But yeah, like, if you're doing the free lap thing, like the whole, you know, key thing, like beforehand, then it's just 3 laps every time. It's going for the track 3 times. And if you do the sliding thing, it is essentially always going to be find these things, break them, and that's it. Get to the end at that point. It's essentially always going to be the sliding ones. Like, either get to the end or break your way to the end. And yeah, for the most part, it's not that different. So, yeah, a lot of these are going to feel the same, and the only difference is going to be the levels themselves, and the levels can kind of suck. They can be rather annoying. Like that. That jump there is annoying. But yeah, I just beat it, and we're done with the first challenge. We have beaten the time challenge. So, what do we have to do next after this?
Wow, that was fast. Here's your reward, as promised. I've got a real challenge for you two.
Woo! 3-legged race?
Spelling shuffleboard backwards?
No, rings will appear along this slide. You have a limited time to get through each ring. I'll reward you if you get through every ring.
A ring challenge.
Did Minnie bother to tell us if
A
it rains
Superman
this
64 ring challenge, in fact. You have to go through a bunch of yellow rings. However, as you can tell, if you take too long, they will start turning into red rings. Eventually, the red rings will start blinking so fast that if you don't get it at that point, it'll disappear and you will have failed the challenge. There is no checkpoints here. failing this will make you have to restart from the beginning. And the thing is about this, much to N64, the rings can end up being very bullshit. And the pathing can be really not fun.
Get through each ring as it appears. A ring will only be visible for a limited time, so you have to hurry.
Thanks, Mindy. So, the ring challenges. I am willing to say that they are not that bad if you know what you're doing. I've forgotten about this game, however, so I didn't know what I was doing for the most part. And, yeah, these suck to do again. These suck to do again when I had no memory of how they were done in the first place. And it only gets worse from there. Much, much fucking worse. When you know how bullshit these rings can be. Like, if you don't know what kind of path the game is gonna throw at you, it can really veer you the fuck off. It can really be an asshole. And the thing is, we're not only going to be seeing these rings in the sliding shit and the racing shit. There's one other thing where the rings will appear. Man, no matter what, the rings, again, if you know what you're doing, you know how to play through the rings. You know what bullshit they're going to throw. You're going to be ready for it, and they're not going to be that bad. If you are playing it blind, or if you have forgotten, like I have, the ring challenges are fucking horrible. Because this game is an asshole, and it's going to really throw the rings all over the place. And it's going to throw them in spots you wouldn't even think to even go for. Sometimes, it will just like to zigzag it very close by, where it will have it on the left or right, and then it will have it on the right or the left, like immediately after, right next to you essentially. And if you're not ready for it, you can easily miss some of these rings. And if you miss a ring, you have to restart the entire thing all over again. These challenges legitimately suck. By the way, you're probably noticing right now that as I'm, killing the enemies, breaking the boxes, and, getting my combos, I am only getting points of 1 here. That is because there comes a point in your upgrades, in like how many points you have total, where the game is gonna start giving you no points. Everything is gonna be 1s. So, because we got pretty far in the game, everything here is gonna give us a 1. But hey, I beat the ring challenge, so now it's time for the manly time challenge.
Great sliding. Here's your reward.
Oh boy!
How fast do you two think you can slide?
Does this answer your question?
Okay. Beat the manly time down the slide, and you'll be rewarded.
The manly time challenge sucks. There it is. Mindy?
Get down the slide in less than the manly time, and you'll be rewarded.
So yeah, the manly times. In case you're wondering, if you're doing any percent run, you can avoid doing these for the most part. You're not lucky when you go 100%. You're not lucky at all. If you want to do 100%, start getting good at this shit. Start going fucking fast. In fact, if you're wondering how many times you could even fail at this shit, because normal runs, the time challenge ones, you can fail like 1 or 2 times. Million time challenges, if you fall off the map or die at any point, restart. You are not going to make it through this for the most part. these times are strict. In fact, if you are not using shortcuts, if you're not skipping the fucking track for the most part, you are also not gonna beat these. Yeah! Yeah! This shit sucks. Okay, so I'm going to essentially tell you that for the most part, I'm kind of trying to experiment my runs. I'm kind of trying to, you know, figure out my own path for the fastest. For you, I would kind of recommend that you watch a speedrun and you follow that path when you do these things, and for the most part it will make life easier for you. Or you can just watch my run and just take that, because you legitimately have to not fuck up. You legitimately have to know what the fuck you're doing. Now here's the thing. There are dev times, and there is a spot way later in the game that will show Heavy Iron Studios times for all of these. And I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you what their dev time is for this level. It's 2 minutes and 43 seconds. I'm not beating that. However, I am now going to tell you what the world record is for this shit, because a lot of these times are such shit, they require you to pull off some insane fucking skips to even beat them. And the world record for this is by Julie Boyer, which is 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And that was 1 month ago. So this is still an active speedrun game. But yeah, in case you're wondering, if you want to beat the dev time, use the world record run. If you just want to beat the melee time, maybe use my run instead. Either way, beat the melee time, which is going to take you quite a few attempts if you're playing this for the first time ever, and you'll get your last token for this level.
You guys rock! As promised. You've beaten everyone's time.
I do what I can.
As do I.
Then how about beating your best time?
Yeah, we're not doing that. So, I'm done here. I mean, I could go through and, you know, beat the fucking, you know, dev time on that. I'm not. And, yeah, we're now going back to Now That We're Men, because now, I can now finally get the ability. And this ability, it's not that great, but it's good to have again. It's an ability from BFBB, obviously, and it is one that we definitely do get later on in the game. So, you know, it's still a thing.
Awesome! You have enough Goofy Goober tokens to earn your next ability, the Sponge Bowl.
Strike-o-matic! Oh, I forgot my spoon.
No, Sponge Bowl. It's really useful on things you don't want to get too close to. Those nasty bucketheads must be stopped. Shell City is on the other side of this dark, scary place.
Real men aren't afraid of the dark.
You need to get across this trench.
Real men aren't afraid of the trench.
Of course they're not. Just look out for monsters.
Psh, monsters.
So yeah, the Sponge Bowl is back. Except now, it has SpongeBob's face on it. So it's the Sponge Bowl, like the fucking, you know, his bowl form.
Can't hide from me.
But you can bowl it. It's kind of weird. It's not a bubble, at least, but yeah. And because I have some upgrade points, also hi Patrick, I can now go ahead and upgrade this to being an electric ball, which will deal quite a bit of fucking damage, and can be detonated as well. So yeah, the Macho Sponge Ball. It's gonna be fantastic. And I'm gonna be using this ability in this level next time. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you then for when we start doing Now That We're Men. See you then.